So, guys, welcome to our Friday Zoom. I'm your host, Van Davenport, and I'm excited to be here. We are, we're going to kick it in. We got a very, very special guest speaker today, and Magan Moffett. And you guys, Magan, if you guys recall, if you were around when they did the original rollout of the CRM, Magan was the main, technology queen. She's the one that came around and explained the whole deal, broke it down for us. And the cool thing about this is while challenging and while new, they have an ear out in the field. They're always listening. They're taking our opinions into account and then making adjustments as we go. That's the beauty of having our very own and having our very own mobile technology team that can do that. She is the official mobile technology specialist for the company, and I like to refer to her as the CRM queen of Globe Life. So let's give a warm Schneider and Davenport Agency welcome for the incredible Magan Moffett.
Hey, Van. Good morning, y'all, and happy Friday. Thank you for that warm welcome. I certainly appreciate it. It's funny, I tell folks often, they call me a mobile technology specialist. And to be quite honest with you, when it comes to the development and things of that nature, that part's kind of like foreign language for me. Okay, so y'all may think I'm crazy, but it really is. But my job is to liaise between you guys in the field, because I know how to speak your language. I've been there, I've done it for over 10 years. And so I liaise between you guys and our developers on the back end to bring you guys the best of the best. So we're going to dive into some training this morning. Obviously, we have the chat option. If you want to throw questions in there as we go, I'll be sure to answer those. Or if we don't get them answered on the Zoom, I will follow up with everyone with those questions. But one thing I want you guys to do now, because if you guys don't reach out, if we don't have communication back and forth, like that is our goal, is to open our ears and our minds to what you guys are seeing in the field, a day in the life, and we want to bring you guys the best of the best. So I want to share with you guys my email address, and I don't care if it's a issue you're facing, if it is an exciting big win that you've had using mobile technology, or if it's like, hey, I think that this would work better this way, or I would love to see this work, or this new enhancement. You guys, we've got a list of things that we want to bring to the table to you guys, and we want your feedback. So without any further ado, my email address is M as in Megan, M-N as in Nicole, and then Moffett, Moffett. So M-N Moffett at globe.life. And you guys do not hesitate to email me, and I will, as long as I'm in the office, I will get back to you as soon as possible with answers and things of that nature. Because one thing I asked Van, I said, I just don't want to bring, a random training to you guys this morning. I really want to make sure that it is relevant to your needs. And so Van, I think, asked, you guys, what you would like to see. And he shared some things, and a couple of the things that he shared were things that we maybe need to talk about on a one-off situation and things like that. So I certainly want you guys to reach out and encourage you to do so, because myself, our Senior Director of Mobile Technology, Lisa Barr, is here to help and assist you guys in the best way possible. So without further ado, we're going to jump into some training this morning. A lot of the things that I was hearing coming back is, I know it may sound basic, but I really want to see how to see my book of business. So we're going to take a look at how you view your book of business within Salesforce. And then we have been digging a little bit deeper into Data Axle. itself. And I'm actually in the works of putting together some training for the entire FHD for the field with Data Axle. But with that being said, I'm going to show you guys some new tips and tricks within Data Axle to help you refine your search to make sure that the folks that you are calling on, those B2B prospects, are actually verified. And I'm going to show you a way to ensure that they are. So I want to make sure everybody can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Thumbs up. Yeah, okay. Awesome. Awesome. So I have kind of done some prep work on my end. I've already logged into Salesforce. So for you guys, you're going to be logging into your mobile sales app, tapping on that iCloud, that cloud with Salesforce in it. You might as well call it an iCloud. And it's going to take you right into Salesforce, right? So we're coming here to the landing page. Where we're going to spend a majority of our time this morning is on the Salesforce map. So we're going to navigate here to our Salesforce map. And I'm going to show you guys, because that was like one of the main questions was like, I just really want to see my active book of business. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. As this loads here, what I'm going to do is, as we kind of close out training this morning, is I'm going to show you guys available resources for you and things that our Senior Director of Mobile Technology and myself have created that you guys will have readily available 24/7 to you in regards to resources when it comes to mobile technology in our platform. So now we have the map loaded. So some of you guys may be licensed in multiple states, right? You may have customers in multiple areas. So I always say that it's a best practice that when we come to our Salesforce map, that over here on our control panel, we just kind of leave it in that everywhere button here. We just leave that toggled on. The reason being is because when we load our book of business on our Salesforce map, it's going to pull it from everywhere within the US, and we're not going to miss anything. We can always zoom in closer, but I would rather pull everything and then zoom in as opposed to being zoomed in and missing something somewhere else, right? So best practice is to ensure that you have tapped everywhere here. And if we are, I'm going to close this out real quick just to show you guys. As an agent, you have 3 different folders here. Now, this is some advanced training. You can create personal save layers. If you are curious as to what leads or opportunities you have ever pushed to your mobile sales app, that is all going to be stored under these layers here. And all you have to do is tap on one, it will load, and it will tell you that that record has been sent to your mobile sales app in order for you to go to work with that record. Okay, I'm going to close out of this folder here. We're going to open up the standard folder for the agent. Now, this is where you come to see your book of business. Okay. And I'm in like a test mode here, but I'm going to go ahead and tap on active customers. So with active customers, this is your active book of business, right? It's gonna populate here on the map. I'm echoing now, with lime green pins where they're active customers. So these are map pins. Again, just a little refresher. If you click on one, you're going to see a list if there's multiple records at one place. I was working with an agent that has been here for 30 years, y'all. Just yesterday, you know, they say you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Well, you most certainly can, because this individual was wowed when he saw what was going on here. So he would consider this person a 3-star customer because they're a 3-star family, because they have 3 policies here. So I found that to be quite funny. But if you click on one, you're going to see the information with that policy record with that active client. Just a quick refresh here, guys and gals. Anything you see that is in blue, you can tap on it because it's hyperlinked and it will open up a new window for you. You can also push it to your mobile sales app. So you can go to work with that lead, and all that lead detail information is going to transfer over, especially with the new enhancements there that we have made and we're continuing to make within the mobile sales app. So just a sneak peek for you guys. We are looking by the fourth quarter to have your entire book of business on your mobile sales app. So there's no going back and forth. How awesome is that? Don't tell people I told you. Shh. But it's so cool. Okay, so that's how you load your active customers and you view that information. Now you can also, this is a big thing. Say a customer calls you and Cleveland is closed. It's the weekend, it's after hours, Cleveland's closed. We can't get into customer service. You want to come down here and you want to search for that customer that called you. You're going to scroll down to your list view and search your active customer that called you, wanted to know information, all that good stuff right here within your list view. Okay, now if you wanted to bulk push things to MSA, then you would select multiple records here, and then we would come over to our actions and we would push that to our mobile sales app. So what that looks like here, once we have records selected, it's going to tell us that 4 leads were selected to be pushed to mobile sales app. Now it's also going to let you know if the lead is eligible to be pushed or if it's not, because it's already been pushed. So the system's going to do that background work for you. It looks like these are ready to go. So you can simply close it out. They have been sent. Now, another thing here is your open opportunities. This is a layer that we don't want to miss, folks, because you've got claims, you've got new policy follow-ups. And guess what? If you have been with Family Heritage for a year and you have folks who are protected by you and by family, then and they're hitting that 1-year anniversary, that is going to be a new opportunity, a new lead type for you guys. So how cool is that when it comes to reservicing our book of business? We know when our customers have had that 1-year anniversary moving forward. So as I mentioned, we are in everywhere view. You want to zoom in and move your map around a little bit closer to see. You're going to see folks who have been paid a claim. Again, everything is that's in blue is hyperlinked, and these policy details are awesome. But if you're really wanting to go to work with this, push this bad boy to your MSA, and it's going to live there for those policy details and such as well. And then another one that we really want to focus on here is termed customers. Y'all, I'm so big on reservice, on quality business, because business that pays is business that stays, right? And if we don't reservice that business, they're not gonna stick around for too awfully long. So we want to make sure that we reservice and that we take a look at our cancellations and things like that. And folks, I know you guys may receive a text message that comes through and emails and things of that nature. But it's always good to hop in here because this is live data that is going to populate for you if you were to have a customer who canceled. Now, Matt Pin with a C on it is the customer that has actually called in, faxed in, whatever they do, and said, hey, I no longer need this. Now, if you see a red pin with a BR on it, it's going to denote that that was a bank return, or if it's an MP, it's a non-payment. So there is so much, and so much that in a 30-minute time span, I don't have time to go into. But this is where you come to see your book of business, y'all. So you can see it on a map view, right? And then we can also come down and we can see everything on a list view. And those tabs, you can go back and forth between as well to see everything on a list view. Select the records that you want, or leads, if you will, to push to your mobile sales app. All of that is here. So this is where you come to see that book of business. Now I want to jump into Data Axle, because as a company, we are very quickly trending and really moving away from residential and honing in on our B2B and really working business to business. So I want to take a dive into this quickly this morning with you guys, just to show you how you can filter down a little bit further. And with it, I'm not going to dive into all the filters this morning because time just doesn't allow. But what I want you guys to know, and how I kind of want to preference this, is you can't break these filters. Like, all you have to do is close back out of the filters. So I encourage you guys, especially if you're in a very populated area, or for example, you just like working one particular type of business. Like, I was working with an agent out in Montana not long ago, and he was really focusing in on working with realtors. Like, that was his niche at the moment, and that was his key focus. So we dove into Data Axle a little bit deeper, and we found every single realtor within Kalispell, Montana. And there was quite a few, y'all, quite a few. We made sure they were verified and all of that cool stuff. So this tool is very, very helpful for, planning those 5 P's, right? I keep going back to that proper preparation, right? So you see here that I actually have another list on my Data Axle screen, because I have actually saved a search. And that's something that you guys can do as well, is save a search. So you're not like, oh, what did I do? Did I search this before? Have I been here? You can denote those things and save a search. But we always, when we're starting a new search, we want to go to this FHD master list. And with this FHD master list, if you guys remember from training, or if you're new and you've been through sales training or worked with the CRM with your manager or your leader, you remember that it pulls so many records with that master list. It's like, yeah, you see here, like 9 million plus. So we have all of these records, and we have to filter it down. Well, I'm just going to be flat out honest, because that's what I do. When we trained with this, time just didn't allow for us to break down the filters. We worked with filtering down by zip code, and that is 100% what you need to do, is filtering down by, so your popular filters here, that's going to open up. You want to filter down by zip code. So I'm actually just going to enter in here Louisville, Kentucky, and that's how you say it. It ain't Louisville, it's Louisville, y'all. Because can't tell, that's where I'm from, in Kentucky. So we're going to enter in that zip code. We're going to select it, and you see the record count hasn't updated just yet. Okay, but let's jump down here to geography. Now I want to select a radius, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to tap radius. Now it's going to want a starting address. Okay, so I'm going to put in here, this is actually the Galt House in, and I've already done this, so I just doing some prep work. So this is the Galt House, downtown Louisville, on the river, very populated area, right? So the zip code 40202, and now I can select and enter the number of miles that I want it to pull records, B2B prospects, right? So let's just say half a mile radius, 0.5. Now we've entered this information. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to tap run search, and let's see what it pulls me. And we can even get more specific and like, you can look at auto mechanics in the area. You can, drill down by beauticians. You can drill down by, um, landscape, any type of business, whatever you guys feel like your niche is, right? You can search that. But in a half a mile radius, there were 3,117 records. So let's go back to our filters. Okay, so I'm just tapping on filters here. I'm coming back to this radius box and let's just say 0.1, see what it does, right? Let's see if it filters down even more, because still 3,000 businesses is a lot. That's a lot, So, okay, so now we have 61 records. So this is a little bit more manageable for me to come down here and do. And guys, I saved this search earlier because I was just in here playing around with it, right? And you're not going to break it. So I encourage you guys to do that as you're planning and preparing. Just hop in and play around with it. So I have verified that these are legit, businesses. They have been verified with all the information, phone numbers, etc. So how do you verify, right? You want to come over here to these three little dots, and it's gonna tell you like what columns are selected, and you can look at more like, gender, executive title, city, state. You can have all of these other things, but employee size. But we want to see that it's verified, meaning that it's a legit, business, right? So tap on verified here, and it's going to let you know if that business is verified or not. Okay. So that lets you know that. Now, for example, you want to save the search because say it's in your train more area that you're going to in a couple weeks and you're just doing some prep work for that, right? You can come up here to this save button, tap save, and say, I'm just putting in train more for, time purposes. We're going to save that. Your list is saved successfully. Okay, great. So now you can, if you would like to, as well, gets closer to that train more. You pull up this list. You want to select all these records. You want to export them to your Salesforce. You're going to select Salesforce there. This is for, let's just say, which one are we on now? T5, T4. And we've got the 61 selected. We're going to not include that email address and tap go. Just a friendly reminder. These are bought records from you. You have credits to use. It's 100 each week that you receive. I'm going to show you how to check your credits in just a second. We're going to tap OK. This starts a 60-minute window for you guys. In regards to how long it's going to take these records to move over to your Salesforce, so then you can push them to your MSA app to go to work. So when I think of Data Axle in Salesforce, it is my planning hub, and this is where I come to plan for my train moors, to plan, if I'm training a new agent, this is where I gather information because it's here, it's relevant. We have now found out that you can verify these businesses. So I'm going to tap on here, this black Data Axle banner, and it's going to take me back to the home screen within Data Axle. And you see now that we have this saved search. It's going to land right here for you guys. So this is your train more, and another safe search that I did. And then of course your FHG master list is where you're going to come to start any of your new searches. Now, say that, for example, you are in Data Axle, you forgot what you exported to Salesforce. We have this menu up here in the top right-hand corner. If you tap on that, you can go to exports right here, and you can actually view your export history, which is pretty cool because, I sometimes forget what I've done from the day before. So if I don't have a way to keep track or notes or, things like that, then yeah, I may be running around like crazy, and we don't want that to happen. So if you tap on these three little dots over here, you can actually download this list to your device and have a look at it. Okay. So that's an option for you. You can filter through this list as well. So these are your past exports. So if you ever forget what you've done, it's going to be in here as well. So I'm tapping back on this black banner, this data axle banner here. And I told you guys I'd show you guys how to look at the number of credits you've used, because that is relevant information. So if you tap on that little money sign that's right here on the right hand side, it's going to tell you your credit usage. Now, credit usage is only for data axle B2B, right? It's not for anything else within the CRM platform. So we have lead credits here, meaning that I have on this test user, if you will, 1,293 records. That's quite a bit. I get 100 every week, and they keep accumulating. So, I mean, folks, 100 records in a week is a lot. I wouldn't really put a lot of stress and pressure on yourself that you're going to run through your records, because most people don't. I'm sure if you guys were to open up your data axle right now, check out how many credits you have, you'll be like, oh, whoa, I need to go to work. I need to use some of those, right? So yeah, that's how you look for your credits. Now I do want to jump back in to this safe search that we have here. I'm not going to, for time purposes, dig into every single filter, but I do want to dig a little deeper with you guys, just kind of explaining to you all how this works. So we have our popular filters here. You see that industry by keyword, major industry group, number of employees. These are, our popular filters. And these are ones that I use often. I'm going to close this out. Let's jump into geography. Now, this is where you're going to find your radius. Okay. And I think that this is very cool to use when you are looking in a very populated area, right? Or not even, like you're really wanting to plan. And then we can jump down here and bend industry, I can talk this morning, business type, industry by keyword. This is really cool. And guys and gals, I did not even know what SIC code meant until I Googled it, right? Google's fun sometimes, but you can't trust everything on Google. So SIC, you don't have to know that for these searches, because Data Axle will actually dive in and go deeper and deeper and deeper. And so like if you have a landscaping, you just type in landscaping services. That's what you're looking for. You can drill down even further, if it's a golf course service, if it is just wood chipping, if it will tell you exactly what these different codes are and how they're numbered in there. Once again, I'm working on a big training for you guys with all of this, for you guys to be able to drill down further. But business type, hop in there and play with it. You're not going to break it, I promise you. If I can't break it, you can't break it. This one is really cool. The home-based business, y'all. I'm telling you, like our folks that work from home, or they're contractors or whatever the case may be, they don't have a brick and mortar. Their business address is at their home. This is a good one to select, so that when the search is ran, it's going to pull those home-based businesses for you. Okay. So you'll have that. Now, the area that I was in, y'all probably saw there that it pulled 0 records. there's not going to be any home-based businesses downtown Louisville. So I do know that. Now, if you like working with a certain number of employees, then you can enter that. How much business that is done in that business, their sales volume. You can enter that as well. And then from here, you can just keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper. You can't break the filters, y'all. You can keep adding them on, taking them off, but Data Axle is fun to play around with, and really prep and prepare. So one last thing that I want to jump in and I want to show you guys is our platform on Fit. Can you guys see the Fit screen? I toggled over to it. Okay, awesome. Jason, I see you shaking your head. I appreciate it. This is where all of your resources are going to live for your Salesforce, for your mobile sales app, just your mobile technology platform in general. So I've clicked on resources here already. And if I come down here to Salesforce mobile sales app under CRM, and I tap on that, y'all, this list goes on and on and on forever. And I'm telling you, if it's not there, then you probably can't do it, because there are so many resources in here that we have built for you guys to have 24/7 access to. But the biggest resource I want to point out to you guys is this sales technology learning pathway. Now, this is a step-by-step process that takes you from point A all the way to Z within our Salesforce mobile technology platform. And with this, there's kind of like a challenge at the end for you to test your knowledge. I encourage you guys to complete this. In total, it takes about 2.5 hours if you sit down and did it from start to finish. Now, if you wanted to break it up and do it, at your own pace, whenever, perfectly fine. I encourage you to do it. It's very, very, very helpful. So with that, guys and gals, I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I'm going to open it up for any questions that you guys may have at this point in time. So I'll open it up to you guys.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Megan. That was great. Guys, I got a half dozen things texted to me yesterday with stuff going on. If it wasn't addressed already, now is the time to bring it up here with Megan before we wrap up.
I think there was a question in the chat. It says, how long does it take to get from Salesforce to MSA? You mentioned 60 minutes time for Data Axle to Salesforce. Just curious what the time frame is. So the question is, like, when you push a lead from, or an opportunity from Salesforce to your mobile sales app, that lead will be there up on your next sync. So you open up your MSA and you sync your leads, look at your three little people page, your three amigos, and that lead should be there. Anything else, y'all? Any other questions?
Just a statement, Megan. I really appreciate it, because I was doing there was an email out where you could follow the directions in a couple videos on how to do this and the testing and stuff. And I started doing that, and this was just a little refresher for that. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course. Of course, you're welcome.
Megan, I had one here about, is there going to be some challenges with dropping pins in business, like in shopping centers?
Yes, I saw that question, Diana, and that is more on the MSA side. However, I would have to, and whomever sent that question in to you, if they want to drop me an email or we want to get together, I need to visualize what they are actually seeing on their end. Because I know that when you're on the MSA map and you are on a building with multiple businesses, you can still drop a pin on top of that business. So, and guys,
I'll take that
I'm
one.
gonna.
I'll email you on offline.
Okay, awesome, Jason. Awesome. Thank you. That's why I wanted to give you guys my email address. And it's, it's technology. It's not perfect. So, there may be a thing here and there, but I want you guys to know that myself, Lee, our team is readily available to help you troubleshoot, navigate through, because the last thing we want is for our technology platform to hinder in any way, shape, or form. So we're here to help work with you guys through that. There's another question that came in the chat. It said, can I change the color of your leads from leads to policy holders? Okay, that question I believe is stemming from our MSA side of things. We are in the middle of enhancing MSA pretty big time. It's really, really cool. I just sat through a demo with our developers yesterday, and you will eventually be able to see a lead disposition color change on MSA. It's coming. And Victoria, she just said maybe have everyone do a test push, like an exercise. All right, yeah, definitely. Definitely a good exercise to do. Like I mentioned earlier, like you can hop in and you can play around with if you're thumbing through the Salesforce user guide, whatever the case may be, and you want to try to work and work through something, you're not going to break it. You're not gonna mess it up. And if you get stuck, shoot me an email. We'll hop on the phone. We'll hop on a one-on-one Zoom. Like, that's what I'm here for, is to help you guys. And if we don't know, then we can't liaise, right? So we want you guys to communicate. Van, I'll turn it back to you unless there's anything else.
That's awesome, Megan. Thank you so much. And guys, if you have any questions that pop up after we're done, you've got Megan's email. Send them, guys. The one thing that they can't fix is a problem that they don't know about, or a challenge that you may have where there might be a simple solution. We don't know what we don't know sometimes with these things. So Megan, thank you so much for being on today. We're gonna put a bow on this one, but guys, it is Friday. It is time to get out there, serve and swerve. We've got more momentum right now than we have any time in this semi-disjointed week. So let's get out and have a big fat Friday and have something that we can feel proud about when we look at it on Monday morning. So a lot of you guys are shooting for different awards, different incentives, different opportunities for leadership. So let's figure out what our motivation and inspiration is today, and let's get after it and get it. So thanks again, Megan. Guys, have a great day. Happy Friday.